Hello everyone, it's Thursday at ISE 2024. I promised I was going to try and give myself better sleep. I again had 3 hours of sleep, so 2 nights in a row. Just after doing a recording with BZB Gear, one of my sponsors, and also with X2O Media in the podcast booth. You will see that podcast at a later stage because I still have to get the files all done and edited. But at the moment I'm in the outdoor area between halls 3 and 4, and I love that there is a load of speakers being trialled out in the outdoor area, and the sound quality is phenomenal out of those speakers. I'm going to take a trip into Hall 3. Today is a bit more of a lull. You know, I think people all come on the Wednesday to the Thursday. Several parties last night that I have to tell you about that took place. That would have been starting off with Sennheiser at their booth, had a fantastic party with cocktails that I don't even know what was in them, but they were great, and great food. Shure then had a party at a brewery, and sorry, I'm going to turn around so you can see me. Shure had a party at a brewery, followed by Origin Acoustics had a party up in the hills in Barcelona, and then finishing off with Peerless. And then I have to say this with the Hetma guys, the chicken nuggies, they're called chicken nuggies apparently. We had some chicken nuggies where Joe Way forgot to give us any sauce with them. I think he ordered something like 40 chicken nuggets without any dip. I don't know why you did that, Joe, but thank you anyways. Tonight it's going to be an easy party, not even a party, an easy dinner with the Hetma crew, because I think we've got to the stage where we're all tired now. I'm going to walk closer to these speakers because the surround sound is just super, and like I'm you see how far back I'm from these speakers, and the sound quality is just beautiful for concert environments, I guess. Right, back inside, we're in Hall 3 at the moment. Do you know what, you can get overloaded with where you want to be at ISE. It happens every year, no matter how many times you have a plan. And my plan for today is, yes, taking it easy, as I have had 6 hours sleep in the past 2 days. I plan to just go around from hall to hall. So I'm going right over to Hall 1, which I hate to say I have not properly looked around at all. And I think I'm going to go from hall to hall to try and show you what's on offer here. So I'm not in Hall 1, I'm in Hall 2, and we'll go 2, 1, then 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, because there's 7 halls. We're in Hall 2 at the moment, which is, I think, all the audio setups that we have here and speaker setups. So this could get loud. They're very fancy. I love the fact that this is a cable company, but like there's a competition here to strip. I'm enjoying looking at your video of how to strip and terminate a cable. Yeah. Are you guys doing a competition?
We are. So a minute and a half to terminate one end, and then you can win either a patch cable or one of our ends.
I can guarantee I would not be that good.
Do you want to give it a go?
I probably would put it in the wrong slots.
We've got the diagram to show you all the order that everything is here, so you can do a practice run through as well before you go on the club.
Okay. So I'm going to have a competition here. I will probably absolutely snuff this up. There's probably maybe 10 minutes for me.
We can see.
So what's the best time you got so far?
The best time yesterday was 59 seconds.
59 seconds. Okay, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to challenge you. Let's see how quickly you can do it. Slowly, you're doing
not very good.
No, not 9 seconds is the record to do a termination of that network cable. I was failing badly, trying to terminate that cable. Walking around, we have more audio groups, networking, loud sounds. a lot of cable setups here. We are coming around to the Cydia booth, where this is more about smart homes and setup. We have some beautiful home theatres going on here, and songs, and Cydia doing some training and discussions. They have the Cydia podcast booth. You know, that actually makes me think that like there's about 3-4 podcast booths now going on that can be rented in different booths across ISE, from Midwich to Epifam have their podcast booth with live streaming. You have Cydia has one, and then the influencer one. You know, it's getting more and more popular that people want to have a place where they can record. Logitech have gone with quite neutral colours at the moment. I just remembered I wasn't wearing my show badge. They've gone for quite neutral colours, which is nice, especially when you've had very little sleep the past few nights. They're showing off the video bars as well in the background, and their meeting rooms. Several of them meeting pods and meeting rooms going on, and their huddle space booking systems. More touch panels going on for hot desk scenarios to book, and then the logic bars that have custom designs on the top of them. I'd like to see, kind of get in here a bit closer. So, they have customized the cover. I like that. We have the Google Meets with Logitech and more of their larger bars on the outside. Quite a busy booth at the moment. We have QSys along this hall as well in 2N300.
About how we can work within these 6 characteristics of a high impact space. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to prepare our room for the meeting. This is how we want the room to look and feel when we have someone come in to use our room. We've got some nice ambient lighting, we've got some music, we've got our Microsoft Teams room up here on the screen. You know, remember that QSys is agnostic when it comes to this. So while we are going to be showing a setup with a Microsoft Teams room, this could just as easily be a Zoom room or a Google Meet room as well. But we're going to show a little bit about how we can work within this UC platform. So before I show you a little demonstration video, I want to point out a couple of things in this room. The first of which is, you'll notice this is a big 21:9 display. We have support for that in all of our NV series products. The other thing we're going to show is a demonstration of Microsoft's Front Row, which means all the members of the call will be across the bottom of the screen. We'll also be showing off a little bit about spatial audio. What this means is that we can use the stereo pair of speakers on either side of the display. The closer the participant is on the left side of the screen, the more you'll hear them out of the left speaker, and vice versa. So let's take a look and listen as to how this looks inside of our high impact space.
Call started.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I trust everyone is well rested and ready to put this budget to bed. So, product development. Let's start with you.
Look, I've already cut 12%. If I cut any deeper, we won't have anything left to sell.
Look, Lindsay, we go through this every year. Every department is making sacrifices.
Yeah, we said we make excuses instead of getting creative and doing the work.
Yeah, well said.
Sorry, is anyone else looking at line 280? It looks like there is an entire GL dedicated to the Ice Cream Sandwich Club. Huh? Weird.
Totally.
What?
Someone's been charging $10K every quarter to the gym.
That's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, but also it's not that much money, right? Right?
It sounds like a rounding error or something.
Yes. It's the numbers.
A delicious rounding error.
Well, then we just
Call muted.
So guys, I'm just after finishing the QSys booth tour, and you do have to book it in. There is a queue for appointment and just rocking up. So good to go on the appointment list. Phenomenal. Like they have interactive touchscreen environment, and they show you like how easy it is to code the actual devices. That was all done like literally a couple of days before they actually set up the booth. And there's a whole room of interactiveness, tracking people in the room for voting, which I thought was really, really cool. I took a couple of photos. I'm going to overlay this part of the video, but a couple of to track people, one vote, ambience of the room. It's a great tour. They had 3 different areas, also showing the camera tracking system. The fact that if they have 2 cameras side by side, the one that's not in motion to track, let's say, a student that wants to ask a question will move. So when the far end is watching it, they don't see the camera moving, which is very broadcast standard. And this is where we're going with these type of developments, whether you work in higher ed or anything, or just a meeting. Around the corner from QSIS, I couldn't think about the words there, right around the corner from QSIS is, of course, Jabra in Hall 2, doing more video conferencing bars, and of course their wide range of headsets that are available for conferencing needs. So guys, it is the last day of ISE 2024. Is everyone tired? I had a good night's sleep, but I have to say, I have a couple of extra things to show you guys, and then I'm ready for my trip to the airport. Actually doing a recording in the Midwich booth as well to do the best of ISE 2024 from a higher ed perspective. And I think EdTech perspective. There's a lot of halls that I still haven't shown you that I'm going to have a walk around now. We're going to go into Hall 1 and show you what's in Hall 1. This is all lighting and staging. A lot of lights and a lot of smoke machines as well in here. So if my voice starts croaking up, it's not the fact that I've been partying for a whole week or anything. No, it's the fact that it's to give the effect. And some of these lights are just phenomenal. Like if I point up to the ceiling here, you can see how strong they are. Did say there was a lot of fog machines going on here. Yeah, the place isn't on fire, by the way. It's not on fire. Stages, connections, boxes for staging. You got your trusses. Yeah, there's a lot of smoke machines going on, fog machines, and a lot of lights going on in the staging and lighting hall, which makes sense really, wouldn't it? But it does catch on your throat a bit. It's like I'm in a nightclub at 11 AM on a Friday morning. Big display over here for We Are AED. Pretty cool. In the corner here they have all the old pinball machines. And coin operated. Again, more trusses. Hey, when was the last time you seen an arcade game of the old Nintendo Donkey Kong? Let's go upstairs. Still a good crowd going through, but it is definitely quieter on the last day. Some horrific stories of boots being broken into last night, and well done to the AV community for coming together and sorting out some people like myself that were members of press trying to do their job, lock their stuff away, and then it gets stolen. And at times it's not about the stuff being stolen. It is, but all the content that could have been recorded that week. So fair play to the whole AV community for coming together, and a lot of the media companies coming together and sorting out. But we have to sort this out. Well, I'm hearing these type of stories that happen every year, whether it be ISE, whether it be Infocom, but at big trade show events. It's a topic for a podcast. Like, how do you stop this type of stuff from happening? Okay, big LED walls either side, a bit harder on the eyes. But it's the welcome as you can walk the upper balcony towards. This is where Congress Square used to be last year at ISE, and we used to have the podcast booth up here. But we're now down in Hall 4. But it's a great way to see just how big ISE 2024 is. Let's have a look. So, as you can see down below, that's one side of Hall 3. Oh, sorry, that's Hall 2 down there. If I spin around, that's Hall 3 over here. And then right behind me used to be the walk towards Congress Square, and where the rooftop gardens are, where we started off the week having a bit of cake and cava to celebrate the 20th year of ISE. Why walk when you can have moving stairs along? I do this type of moving along on the upper floors of ISE, and then just remind myself that I'm going to the airport in a couple of hours and be doing the exact same thing, just lugging my gear straight to the airport at Barcelona. But one thing that myself and the team discovered is LG were clever enough to put LED lights on the top of their booth. I'm just trying to find it now. Or maybe it wasn't LG. That's LG over there. And this is Hall 3 below us. So that's one side of Hall 3. And the other side is Hall 4. You can just see the sheer amount of booths that you have to walk around and try and remember what you need to see. Over this side, and I still have to go down there. Actually, that's a good point. I still have to go down here. Is Samsung's The Wall, which is quite impressive. Not as busy as it was on Wednesday. I think I have to confirm this, but I think Wednesday was the busiest day that ISE has ever had in 20 years. I did hear, I have to confirm it, but I think it was like 40 or 50,000 that walked through on Wednesday. So it was packed crazy and a very busy day. The company that has projected onto the top of their booth, so while you're up here, is Lang. What can I say about Lang? What can I not say about Lang? Like, look at the actual picture qualities they have down here. Pure video wall going on right down there. And then they projected on top of their booth. So they actually projection map from the ceiling right down onto the top of their booth. Definitely one way of getting the attention of your customers. There we go. Projection mapping on the top of their booth by Lang. Samsung's The Wall in the background there. This corner, or just as you walk in between Epson, Samsung, LG, well, you have on one side, and then you have Samsung The Wall on this side. It's a bit overstimulating. There's a lot of LED walls going on. So I think it's only right that I go and show you Samsung's wall, and let's go inside the Samsung. Don't forget, all of my podcasts and all of this week will not be made possible without the help of my sponsors, BZB Gear and X2O Media. And of course, we've seen earlier in the week X2O Media's party in the Skyfall Bar was amazing with cocktails and everything. And later in the year, I hope to be over in London doing a full recording of their new exhibition, or sorry, not exhibition, but their new room set up to show you what X2O Media is all about. So not only have you got the LED of the wall by Samsung, as you can see, it's mirrored effect, water effect up above and down to beak. So I'm still inside Samsung's booth, and again, virtual production is something that for broadcasting end of things I thoroughly enjoy, and Samsung have their smart virtual production. It's incredible. Like you walk onto stage here, and if you're walking around, it is following you around the stage. It's called Smart Stage by Samsung, and yeah, absolutely phenomenal. Right? So there you have the camera next to a small box. You have the stage with the background. But as you can see, someone's walking around at the moment, and it is following him around. Here I am on stage, and you'll see here up the top what I can see. There is a border here, but it's completely and utterly mapped as I walk around. It's perfect to the viewer. Really love this smart stage. We then have the whole idea of a drive-through with ultra bright picture display. You're ordering your food, you have your displays in the background, all about energy efficiency, digital signage, and then you get your food. Samsung's The Wall and the Smart Stage is amazing. It's so clever of a virtual stage environment. Walking along Hall 3, I'm trying to remember what I have seen and what I haven't seen, what I've recorded, what I haven't recorded, but we did a lot of the Sony, we did a lot of the Sennheisers, the Sures are all in here as well. Chuck is soon to do a total demo on the 1 millisecond latency on your video solutions. He will be doing that. Just spending some time talking to Chuck over at Aurora Media and Paul. They have a solution, and I'm going to put some overlays of this. They have a solution where they have beamforming mics, your touchscreen, and a speaker all in one system. So if you use Aurora's programs, you can do a lot in this system. Something that we probably might do as a case study at some point, or I will be following up on after the show. I'm switching between modes of me reporting at ISE to me thinking of things I can do at my university. And how the time ticks away. It's lunchtime already, and I need to get some lunch because I'm going on dry at the moment because I woke up quite tired and not feeling the best on a Friday. But the show floor closes at 4 p.m. It's like as if people are trying to get around the last things that they haven't seen during the week. Or there's some people that might have flown in yesterday and have an agenda of just a certain amount that they need to see. Booth where I will be doing my podcast at 2 p.m. just after lunch with Aaron and talking about the best of ISE. And I'm really looking forward to it. I remember the first ISE I was at, they had hypervision. And how much has hypervision come on now? It still spins inside the box. But for signage, for controls, for customer service, wait till you see this. Sometimes it's hard to get the video because it's very hard to get the spinning of the devices, might cause it not to be as clear. Hopefully you get an idea of what hypervision can do. Choose.
Welcome to the extraordinary world of hypervision, an immersive experience that platforms into reality.
We're just about wrapping up ISE 2024. You can feel that the whole halls and the booths have just emptied out completely. Fair play to the guys who have to take this all apart afterwards. That takes a lot of work, I have to say. We're going to go across to the influencer studio one last time. And need to just collect something in the influencer studio as a thank you for doing all these podcasts for the whole week. Calm. Look, mountains behind me there of Barcelona as I go into hall 5. And then it's check out, go to the airport. Did our show with Aaron, tech program in the Midwich booth. That was really, really cool. It's been a great week. It has been a super week, super networking, all around the place. Don't forget that this program has been brought to you by BZB Gear and X2O Media, who have sponsored me for the week that I've been over here. Do please check them out. The links are on the bottom of the screen if you're watching this video. Do like, share and subscribe so you don't miss any other programs. And I'll talk to you soon. Justin Dawson from the All Things TechIE Podcast on the closing hours of ISE 2024.